कैसे करेंगे?
एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो है।
स्क्रीन शेयर करूं मैं?
श्योर साहिल। हेलो।
यस।
यस साहिल, बताओ क्या प्रॉब्लम था? हेलो। Okay, great. So what do you have issue in Sahil? I mean, see, ऐप बिल्डिंग के लिए हम पूरा एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो खोल के दिखाएंगे, सो इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट तो आपको आ जाएगा। व्हाट एल्स? आप अपना माइक ऑफ करके बता सकते हो। वी हैव टू स्टार्ट विद द सेशन एज वेल ना। सी, अगर आप में से किसी को प्रॉब्लम आ रही है ना, तो आप प्लीज इधर मेरे को मैसेज कर दो। आई विल सी एंड आई विल सी व्हाट आई कैन डू अबाउट इट, बट वील हैव टू स्टार्ट फॉर नाउ। सो कोई भी ट्रबल, कोई इश्यू आ रहा हो तो आप इधर चैट में मैसेज कर दो। आई विल सी दैट। ओके। प्लस मैंने यूट्यूब का भी लिंक भेज दिया है कि इन केस एनीवन वांट्स टू वॉच ऑन यूट्यूब लेटर, वो भी वॉच कर सकते हैं। एंड यू कैन आल्सो सेंड इट फर्दर टू योर peers एंड या। Okay, so can someone tell me कि जो YouTube link मैंने send किया है, are you all able to hear me there? Okay, thanks, Parth. Thank you so much. And okay, so okay, great. So what we'll do is कि we'll start with the session finally. Sorry for the delay, everyone. I apologize. So to start with the session, of course, we have a speaker today. As you all know, Fateh Singh is our speaker for today, and he is a professional and an experienced Flutter developer, and he has also been of my Flutter mentor. मतलब मेरे को आई थिंक जितना आप सबको अभी बिगिनर्स को आता होगा या प्रॉब्ली उससे भी कम आता था फ्लटर जब मैंने इंटर्नशिप की अपॉर्चुनिटी मुझे मिली बाय हिम एंड देयर आई लर्नड अ लॉट एंड बेसिकली वही मेरे को पूरा आया है ऐप बिल्डिंग का सो ऑल थैंक्स टू हिम एंड प्लीज वेलकम फतेह सिंह
Hi everyone, how are you?
हाय
So let me introduce myself. I am Fateh Singh. I am a mobile application developer and I have built application for the startups, for these corporate ones and for the students as well. And I have experience of 3 years in building the mobile applications and I did my graduation from GTBIT and so that was my small introduction. And I hope everyone has the Android Studio installed. If you do not have, please do not worry. Just concentrate for now. What I am going to teach you. What happened was recently I interviewed about 5 to 6 interns and I gave them a small task of UI designing and they were completely failed to design that. So what I decided today is that I am going to show you how can you build the UI, how easy it is to build the UI using Flutter, and this is the today's task. And next task, what we are going to do is we will implement the APIs and we will learn how we can handle the network request. And I hope everyone knows what Flutter is. If someone doesn't know, just let me know. I will explain what Flutter is.
आई मीन किसी को भी डाउट है तो आप चैट सेक्शन में डाल सकते हो
And Avneet, can you please allow me to share my screen?
या श्योर आई मीन आपके साइड से वो हो नहीं पा रहा है शेयर स्क्रीन
No. Who is the host here?
ओके
That one
ओके
can give me the permission.
ओके जस्ट अ सेकंड yes I shared the I gave you the permission
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, is my screen visible to everyone?
yes it is
Okay, this is my GitHub profile. You can follow me there. And I know that I haven't contributed for the last year. I was a bit busy, but I hope I will just contribute much more in this year. And let's move on to the coding section. Let me show you what we are going to design today. This was the task I used to give to the interns, but they were failed to create this one. This is just a very simple application, a sign-in page where you just have to enter the email address and password, and you will be allowed to go to the next screen if your credentials are correct. So this is the Android Studio, and this is my emulator. We will be working on this.
सो मैं
Uh,
एक सेकंड के लिए इंटरप्ट करना चाहूँगी
yes,
एंड
please.
सो लास्ट सेशन में लाइक मैंने उनको बिकॉज मोस्टली एवरीवन हैज़ अ वेरी बेसिक डेस्कटॉप रैम विच इज़ ऑफ 4 GB सो आई सजेस्टेड कि एमुलेटर का यूज़ थोड़ा लैग करेगा डेस्कटॉप को सो it will be better to use your phone as a device to see the application. सो वो भी आप सब लोग कर सकते हो इंस्टेड ऑफ द एमुलेटर ऑल्सो आप एक बार इनको लाइक स्टार्ट करके भी दिखा दो एप्लीकेशन बिकॉज आई होप किसी को प्रॉब्लम ना आ रही हो बट इन केस किसी को समझ नहीं आ रहा कि एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो में प्रोजेक्ट कैसे खोलते हैं उनके लिए भी थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा
Sure, sure.
थैंक यू
See, in case you have some memory issues or storage issues, you just need to Android Studio once, and then you can use this Visual Code. This is very lightweighted, and your performance will be really good if you use this Visual Studio. I generally use this editor, and this is very good for me, and it is very lightweighted. To create a project, what you need to do is you need to go to this file, new, and there is you can just create a new Flutter project. There are four options, and for the Flutter application, you have to select the first one, that is Flutter app. Press the next button, and you just name it. Let's name it as Flutter session, and let me just finish it. It will take some time to create the application, and once it will be done, we will be working on this. Let me just close the previous one.
सो आई होप सबके पास एप्लीकेशन उनकी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रही है एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो में प्रोजेक्ट ओपन करने की राइट एवरीवन हैंड्स ऑन अगर आप साथ साथ करते रहोगे दैट विल बी मोर यूजफुल फॉर यू एंड यू विल लर्न फास्टर सो ट्राई टू मतलब साथ साथ में कोप अप करने का ट्राई करो एंड इन केस अगर कोई इशू आ रहा है तो आप प्लीज अपना माइक ऑन करके बोल सकते हो
The entry point for this application is generally main.dart. हम main.dart से enter करेंगे, and after that, what is going to be? Let me just completely erase all of this code, and I will write from scratch and explain you each and everything. The first function that we execute is that is main function. Void is the return type, and main is the function that is the first executed. And now we are going to use a function called runApp. What is the primary function? Primary use of this is in Flutter. Each widgets are in the form of tree, which we call it as a widget tree. So what runUp do is it will just attach this widget, the widget we are going to pass here, to the root node of that widget tree. So let me just pass the widget that is my app, and I will quickly create one widget. The shortcut to create a stateless class is SGL, and you can just name it as my app. Let me import the material library. Okay, this is now here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the material app. What is the use of material app is we just decides or puts all our themes, uh, dark theme, light theme, primary theme, our title of the application, the first screen that is going to be open. We just decide everything and put that here. And home takes a widget that is the first screen. Let me quickly create one more screen that is stateful widget and let me name it as sign in screen.
Also, मतलब एक स्टूडेंट का डाउट आ रहा है व्हाट इज अ विजेट. आई एक्सप्लेन्ड इट वेरी ब्रीफली इन द प्रीवियस सेशन, बट इट वुड बी हेल्पफुल अगर आप भी थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कर दोगे व्हाट इज अ विजेट
Yeah, sure.
सिंस एमुलेटर इज ऑन.
A widget is nothing but everything we see on the screen is termed as widget. Widget ki dekho, if you will go to Google and find the definition of a widget, it is a very difficult task. And but when you are in interview, if you will say everything we see on the on the screen is known as widget, the interview will get to know you have the knowledge. Instead of you will start terming the complete definition like this is blah 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 blah. No, anything or everything we see on the screen is termed as widget. If we want something to use, we want something to show to the user, we have to use the widget. Everything is widget that in Flutter on the screen.
Yes, I also mentioned in the previous session that mostly everything is a widget, and I hope that answers your question, Sahil.
And now on sign-in screen, there we have a build function and it takes a widget. And on the build function, we are going to use a widget that is scaffold. Scaffold is a widget that provides us some basic properties for a material theme like app bar, floating action button, the body, bottom navigation bar, drawers. These are the basic material properties that scaffold provides us. Let me now just see this UI. So let me divide this UI first. See, here we have some white space followed by a image. Then we have some white space again. Then we have a text. Again, some white space. Then we have one text field for email and another for the password. Then again, some white space followed by a forget password button and then some white space. Then a login button, again white space. Then again a button and there is sign up here or text. That is how we are going to create this UI. Let me add one body and in this body we will use the column and what column do is column takes a list of child or list of widgets and it adds each widget in a column like one widget under that widget below that widget. I told you there is first some white space. For that we will use a sized box with some height, let it be 30, followed by a image. I have this image in my folder. I will import that. For to use the image, we have a widget called image.asset. We have to provide the path here. Let me create an folder and name it as assets. And I have this image. Now we will go to pubsec.yaml. In this file, we just define all our dependencies, some description of the application and the versions, the fonts, the external fonts that we use, and the external images, external videos, or anything that we want. We all define that here. And here I will just uncomment this and I will just write the path of my image, that is asset slash bank image dot png, and I will copy this as well and I will paste that path here. Let me run this application. You can run it by pressing this button. Everything clear till now?
या प्लीज एवरीवन आप लोग फील फ्री टू शेयर योर रिव्यूज एंड और कहीं पे भी आपको लग रहा है कि थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो प्लीज फील फ्री टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस. दैट्स हाउ वी लर्न, राइट?
Yes, Avneet.
हाँ, सो आई रिमेम्बर एक एक्सपीरियंस मैं शेयर कर देती हूँ. आई रिमेम्बर आई यूज टू आस्क रियली सिली क्वेश्चंस. ऑफ कोर्स उनसे पूछती थी मैं काफ़ी, फतेह सिंह से काफ़ी सिली क्वेश्चंस पूछती थी, बट आई थिंक वो बेसिक्स आपके अगर सही बन जाएंगे सो फर्दर प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. सो बेसिक्स क्लियर करने के लिए तो आपको क्वेश्चंस पूछने पड़ेंगे. सो आई होप आप सब लोग समझ रहे हो. Yes, please, thank you. Please continue.
Okay. Now we have an image. Let me add some more space from the top. Oh, Android Studio is really hard to handle. That's why I prefer to use Visual Studio. Please show some respect. Okay, it is not responding. Let me move on to my visual code. Will this be okay for you guys?
Yeah, sir.
Fine.
Hello.
Fine.
I think सबके पास VS Code VS नहीं होगा.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Both are same, not a problem.
Yeah, okay.
There wouldn't be any problem. Everything is same. मैं आपको प्रेफर भी यही करूंगा. Do not use Android Studio as of now. बहुत स्लो हो जाता है आपका सिस्टम.
That's true.
Even I do not use. I just used very less when I have to do some Android specific operations. That's when I only use. Otherwise, I do not use. Visual Studio is good. And I just need to add some more space. And I will do that. Okay. So I need to give some spacing from the left as well. For that, what I can do is there are also many ways to do that. What I am going to do is I will wrap up this column into a padding widget. What padding do is it will just create some spaces, and there are many types. The first one is all, which will be padded from which will it will keep some spacing from all the sides. And but I'm going to use here this metric one. What I do is for the horizontal, that is from left to right axis, that is generally called x-axis. It will do some space, add some space in there, and I will hot reload it. And yes, we have some spacing now. After that, what we have is we have a text welcome to Goliath National Bank. Let me add a text and welcome to Goliath National Bank.
So Sahil has a question. So as of now, we have to install Android Studio or not?
No. I'm working like that. You can just use Dartpad as well if you do not have any editor as of now.
Yeah.
In Dartpad, what you can do is instead of image.asset, just put up any container, or you can use image.network and put the path of any image from put the path of any URL. You can get any URL from the Google. Not a big deal. You can use Dartpad as of now.
But as a permanent solution, what do you suggest?
For permanent, you have to use Visual Studio. If your computer allows, you can have Android Studio or IntelliJ as well. But I prefer Visual Studio as of now. And I will give it some styling. That is text style. And I will just add some size. That should be 30. Font weight is font weight dot bold. And let me hot reload it. Yes, we have some text now. Let me just decrease some size of it. Looks better. This and means next line. And what I see is there is some spacing between this image and text, and this image is left aligned. You can see that it is left aligned. For that, what I need to do is first I will put up a sized box in between the text and the image widget. Let me give it height of 15. And for column, there is two types of alignment. The first one is cross-axis alignment, and the second one is main axis alignment. For column, remember that I am talking about column, not a row. In column, main axis is y-axis, and cross-axis is x-axis. Remember that thing. So I will use cross-axis alignment dot start. So it will align all the widgets left to the left. And after this, just give me a second. Let me close this window. Fine now. After this, I have some spacing again, and then I have the two text fields. Just excuse me for a minute, please. Sorry. So now I have to add some size spacing, and I will put a height of 30. And then I have to use a text field that we termed as text form field. And once I hot reload, you can see I have a text field here. And I will just put some decoration for this text field. Input decoration. And here we have a image email icon followed by a text that is email address. So I am going to use a preface icon that is icons dot email, and some hint text that is what is in that is email address.
ऑल्सो आई थिंक काफ़ियों को इसमें ये डाउट आ रहा होगा कि अगर एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो प्रेफर्ड नहीं है, सो लास्ट सेशन में हमने एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो क्यों इंस्टॉल किया. सो सी एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो एज अ बिगनर मेरे को काफ़ी हेल्प किया बिकॉज वो सजेशंस दे देता है एरर्स पे, जैसा मैंने थोड़े बेनिफिट्स बताए थे एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो के. एंड हॉट रिलोड का काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग ऑप्शन एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो में होता है. सो मतलब दैट वाज रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर मी. So that's why we did that. And obviously Android Studio heavy hai kafi, but it has also its benefits.
I just want to add some more in
Yeah.
that list. Without Android Studio, you wouldn't be able to run Flutter smoothly because when we installed the Android Studio, there are many SDK components that Android Studio download itself.
Yeah.
And if you will run the command Flutter Docker, and if you do not have Android Studio, it will give you the error as well.
Yes.
So you must need the Android Studio for the installation of Flutter. But after that, it is up to you which editor you want to use. Even you can use that
Notepad as well. Yeah.
Notepad. That's all up to you. But for the first time, you must have the Android Studio, and if your computer allows you to use that for a long time, you can use that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I have this email address and I just copied one and pasted it down, and here I will add some pass lock. Lock should be there. Yes, lock, and here it should be password. Fine. And now what we have after this is a text for forget password. I will add some spacing, height 15 followed by a text. Let me name it as forget password. And add some styling to the text. We have to use this style and give it a text style. And I have to add some color. To use the hex colors, I will now just let you know how can use the hex colors, and I will give it the size of 12. Coming back to my XT design, I will just tap on it. I will get to know the page. I will just copy this color code. Okay. It is 0 XFF and I will paste that 6-digit code after this.
So Sahil also has a question कि हमने ऐप का लोगो नहीं डिजाइन किया है. So ऐप का जो एक्चुअली लोगो होता है बाय डिफॉल्ट फ्लटर ऐप मतलब फ्लटर का लोगो होता है. So
We can change that as
yeah.
well. But by default, Flutter provides us a logo that is the Flutter logo only.
Yeah, see if you need to publish your app and by that, so तब ये ज़्यादा useful रहता है.
And I will put one more spacing like this, forward password. This looks good, and I will add some weight to it. That is fontweight.board. Looks better now. And after this, I have one button. So what I'm going to do is, for this button, I will use a container and give it to height, that is, let me give it as 60, and width, that is double, not maximum, finite. It allows you to expand as much the width it has, and a child in center. Center will help you to align the text in center. Let me just remove it and I will show you how. I will use the text, and that is a login, the text of login, and I will put some styling. That is text style. Colors short white, font weight.
Supermeet Singh has a question. We are giving path to icons or they're already in material library. Permeet, icons जो हैं वो मतलब हम बस नाम लिख सकते हैं उसका and they are available to us. So we don't have to give specific path. Yeah.
We have some icons inbuilt by the Flutter library, and there are many other third-party libraries that allows us to add some icons. And in case what happens is in production in industry, the designers provide us the icons in the form of PNGs or SVGs. During that time, we will add this icon in our assets folder, give us the path in pubsec.yaml, and we'll use that as a image, like this one, image short asset. We use that when we'll make applications for some companies, corporate ones, or the designs that are some little bit complicated, and we can't find that icon in our store icon Flutter library. That's when we use the path of image. Okay, now the log is in on the top left corner and I want it to be in center. So what I can do is I can wrap this text widget into a center widget. Will hot reload this and it will come back to the center. Let me now just give it some corner, round corner, and for that I have to use the decoration, that is box decoration. Now what happens is if we are using this decoration, we cannot use this color. If we will try to use this, it will give me some error. See, this is the error. So I have to remove it from here and I have to add it here. Now the error is gone. And now I will give it some border radius of circular, that is border radius dot circular. Let me give it first. I will show you with 30 what is how it goes. Okay, and I will just give it 5 for some smooth interface. I think this looks pretty good. And after this container, excuse me for a minute, please. Now I have uh, two texts. That the first one is first time user followed by a sign up there. I will put a size box of height 80 and then there is a text. It is find first time user. First time user question. I will give this child again. Font size I think 12 should work and color we will copy that from our design. Where can I find this color? Let me just. This is not the right color. This is that is 1A 1A 1A. And I have one more text under this, and this is sign up here. Sign up here. Font weight is font weight dot bold, and then color that is similar to this button one. So what I am going to do is I am going to create one variable that is of color, and I will name it as primary color, and I will copy this color from here and I will pass the primary color. So I can use that same color anywhere with using this variable. And I have to put some sizing that should be 17. And I will add some spacing in between them as well. That should be of height 5. Yes, fine. Now, as you can see, these two are in center of the screen. Sorry, center of the width. So for that, what I'm going to do is I will wrap this text widget into a widget that we call it as align, and I will pass the alignment as alignment dot center. So let's see, does yes, now it is in center. And for this same, I will add for this text as well. And it is again center now. So see, we was able to create that design very easily using Flutter. I will just add some more things here. Now, how we can know that like someone tapped on this button, like login button. So for that, I will go back to this container and I will wrap up this container using Inkwell. Inkwell has a property called on tap. When someone taps on it, we will get to know that. It takes a function. I will pass a function and I will just print that using debug print and I will pass hi. Login here. I will hot reload. I will clear the console and let me just, yes, hi, login here. So this was the design that we were trying to maintain, trying to create, and this is how it looks now. Any questions?
एवरीवन आई होप आप सब लोग साथ साथ कर रहे थे ट्राई एंड इफ यू वर यू probably must have faced some issues, so you can let us know. Okay, so अगर try नहीं भी कर रहे थे side by side, if you were just viewing, do you have any questions like ये process कैसे हो रहा था and some specific widget that you didn't understand the working of? See, this was okay. Mamita, nice that you don't have any doubts. But अगर further कोई doubt आए तो feel free to ask. We have a group, so उसमें आप कभी भी questions पूछ सकते हो. And this was a very basic app development session. This was our third session for Flutter festivals and I hope आप सब ने enjoy किया and कुछ ना कुछ सीखा and yeah, so कोई doubt हो तो बताना. Okay, so Sahil has a question. Difference between any function and text.
Sahil, can you please unmute your mic and ask the question?
Yes.
What do you want to ask, please?
Suppose login हमारा एक just text में था, okay?
Sorry?
लॉगिन जो बटन था उसमें कुछ हमें उसके थ्रू जो अकाउंट होल्डर होगा उसके थ्रू वो अपनी अकाउंट एक्सेस कर पाएगा एंड जो नॉर्मल टेक्स्ट था वेलकम टू बैंक तो बटन और उसमें कैसे प्रोग्राम में एग्जीक्यूट हुआ वो
मैं आपका क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ पा रहा हूँ.
That inkwell property, right? That inkwell widget you used to log in that on tab widget, right?
साहिल आप लॉगिन एंड वेलकम वाले में पूछो कि क्या डिफरेंस है.
लॉगिन वाले में वो एग्जीक्यूट कैसे हुआ.
We wrapped that in a widget that is called inkwell. Inkwells allows us to know which widget we have tapped. So the basic difference between that welcome to Goliath's National Bank and that login was we used inkwell for a login button.
Is your question now answered, Sahil? Okay, that's great. So what about the rest? Did you learn something? Parmeet, Momita, Ashna, Parth?
Yes, Avni.
Nice. Okay, so since और कोई questions नहीं है, I think we can wrap it this session. Thank you, Fateh, again for joining us today and hopefully हम next session जो कि very soon we'll organize that would be about integrating it with Firebase and there's more to it. Definitely you'll learn a lot more. So thank you everyone for joining this session today and any last words by Fateh you want to speak? Any suggestions or any industrial experience you would like to share with the students?
Sure. Whenever you are going to get some industry experience, do go for that. Learn from your mentors, learn from your seniors. That is going to be really helpful. Your college isn't going to be give you any help. That is how you need to learn by yourself from your mentors. uh, Keep uh, talking with your teachers for this coding, but do not just put all your effort in completing the assignments and tests, because as per me, that doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you all enjoyed the session. And I hope that I'll see you all again in our next session, which will be very soon, and I'll update you about that. Thank you again for joining, everyone. Have a
Bye,
good
everyone.
day. Bye.
Thank you guys for the session. Thank you.
Thanks, Parmeet. Thanks for joining.